All right, guys. Today I'm talking about one of the biggest profit killers here in Des Moines when you're flipping houses, and that's contractors falling behind on their schedule. I'm going to walk you through a 5-point system that I use in my own flips when I flip to keep people moving, to keep things on track, the schedule on track, and ultimately so you can stay off site instead of having to babysit contractors. So, very first thing before you even get into it is build a scope of work. Build a scope of work. A scope of work outlined for exactly what's going to get done. Then ultimately, you're breaking it down to who's doing what. It's going to prevent delays. It creates clarity inside of a project because from that scope of work, you can build a time frame about, you know, the plumbing's got to get done before the drywaller goes in and covers up the plumbing, right? Very simple stuff, but you can lay out the time frame for what has to get done. Crews love clarity. This alone saves at least a week, if not longer, in your process from start to finish. Number 2, weekly on-site meetings. No more than about 15 minutes. You don't need to be sitting there talking about everything, but you do need to have a really good understanding about what progress has been made. I like taking weekly pictures, stand in the same spot, take a picture. Because there are some weeks where it's going to feel like you're going lightning fast, and there's going to be some weeks where it doesn't seem like a lot's taking place. And some of that has to do with just the work that's being done. Some's very visual. You're going to see like new floors and paint. Some it's plumbing behind the walls, not so visual. So that helps give you an understanding about what's transpiring, and then ultimately having your weekly punch list, what actually got accomplished. And then align those payments with progress. That's number 3. There's no paying up front. Don't need to front load these guys. Sometimes if materials are needed, cool, we'll buy materials. But you don't need to front load somebody. They didn't provide labor in advance of payment. You're not providing payment in advance of labor. You can pay on a milestone basis. What work's getting completed, I pay you for that. Contractors ultimately move faster when they know money's tied to progress. Number 4, too many jobs means things move too slow. When a contractor has too many things going on, you can't be 2 places at one time. They need to be able to focus. And so you need to be able to ask some questions of these contractors if they're new to you about your expectations, about their expectations, about what else they have going on, when they can get there, what they can commit to. You got to be able to filter out some of these overcommitted GCs. Be able to have the dialogue with these folks and then weed them out. You don't need promises really at the end of the day. You need somebody who can commit and ultimately execute. Number 5, word speed. Small bonuses can create loyalty. Small bonuses can look like cash. It can also look like, a case of Modelo on Friday night. Small bonuses, they can create loyalty. Ultimately, if you can be friends with your contractors, meaning ultimately that they like, trust, and respect you, and you've got the same respect for them, you're going to create loyalty. And you can create that. You can do things at a much faster basis because they're going to do things for you and speed for you that average people, other investors just aren't going to get. You want to become their priority client. Right, numero uno. You do that, you ultimately move faster. Speed is the game here. When you can execute, buy a deal right, execute fast, get it to the market as fast as you possibly can with an excellent product, you're going to get rewarded. So keep contractors moving. Use this 5-point system. You're going to get done faster. All right. And when you're ready for the next deal, you want to get instantly pre-approved, I dropped a link below for you.